Let's welcome Jeff Sims to the ticket. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Now, see, here's the thing. This is when you need to be on the stream. And I know it's radio, but this is when you need to be on the stream because you have to see young man to get the full picture, right? That coming in from Georgia Tech, choosing Nebraska, and then saying, listen, not only is it important for me to be here, but now I need to get to work.
Yeah.
And you've had some opportunities, and a lot of folks don't know. In all of your business dealings, you have asked for one thing, and I'm going to tell you, it tells you who the young man is, that he asked that his teammates be taken care of as well.
Yep.
Jeff, where does that come from?
I think just growing up, I've always been the type of dude to pass all the sunshine and spotlight on my teammates. And I think that's something that is big for me because it shows the guys that I want them to have the spotlight. I want them to have opportunities too. So I think just knowing that I'm a selfless guy would help me out in my leadership role.
Right. What has been the biggest adjustment from Atlanta to Lincoln, Nebraska?
Really the only big thing was when it was cold.
Yeah.
So when it was cold, it was kind of hard for me. And I'm from Florida, so I ain't never really experienced that much cold. And that was really the biggest thing. But summertime right now, the weather is pretty good. It's kind of hot, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good time of the year for you in the summer. So coming in, like DV brought up, something different from where you were down in Atlanta, but from a team standpoint, being at GT and coming here, what is the things you see how you could fit in to this roster and make it better and bring it up a notch?
So one of the big things I noticed since I've been here is my leadership has grown a lot. I'm doing a lot of things that I did not do at GT. And I think that's something that I wanted to do when I got here, like just be a better leader for my team.
Right.
And just hanging out with more teammates, getting to know different guys on the team, and not because at Georgia Tech I kind of had like a couple people that I hung out with.
Yeah.
But like now being here, I'm making it my mission to just get to know everybody, and hanging out with everybody, doing different things, and just seeing what they like.
Yeah, getting to grow a little bit.
Yep.
Jeff, hey man, I'm excited to see you, but how excited are you for this season? How much have you guys worked this summer to prepare yourself? Have y'all hit 17? Have y'all hit them stairs out there?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the preparation to going into this season.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited. Our offseason has been really good. Like our strength coaches, they did a good job at introducing us to different stuff and taking care of us, but we working hard. You talked about the 17, we hit that, and the team was really excited to do it too. That's one of the things I noticed. So that's really made me excited. Like we hit the 17, we sat up there for a little bit, we talked, we looked at the stadium, looked around Lincoln, and we was just all like really excited to get to the season. So I think the offseason has been really good, and it's time to get to work, go to camp.
Speak a little bit about leadership, locker room leadership, what that looks like, and moving forward, what do you guys got to do to come together as a team and maybe put a string of wins together?
Yeah, so our coaches has been harping on all offseason about being friends and not buddies. So like telling each other when we're wrong and telling each other like, telling each other when we're wrong and bringing the people along with you, but knowing if a guy's not doing right, like you can't wait on him to catch up to you. Like, that's something that we've been harping on, just making sure we holding each other accountable, being a player-led team, and just making sure every dude on the team is doing what they're supposed to do.
Through all of this, you get the opportunity to change a culture. Change a culture. In your mind, what does this team need to do to be successful right away?
I think we just need to come together as brothers. I think that's something that's the biggest thing we've been harping on all offseason was brotherhood, and just making sure that everybody on the team has each other's back, and we going out there and playing for each other no matter what, and just knowing in every situation we got each other.
Give us the Jeff Sims scouting report. Go third person. Talk to me about Jeff Sims.
All right. I mean, Jeff Sims is an elite quarterback.
Say that louder for the ones in the back.
Yeah, Jeff Sims is an elite quarterback. He's an elite passer, and he's a dangerous runner. And that's something that people don't know about Jeff Sims yet, though. And Jeff Sims he's gonna do big things in Nebraska.
Big things is relevant because at the quarterback position, we think of it as a certain way, in a certain form, in a certain mold. You're breaking that mold because you don't look like the typical quarterback.
Yeah.
First of all, your blazer is screaming at the bicep. like it's screaming. It's like, wait a minute. Hey, Jeff, give us a break, bro.
He gonna need them. He gonna need them muscles in the Big Ten, man.
Look, this is special that an elite athlete, an elite. But talk to me about the young man. Who is the young man? Who got you here?
God.
Right?
I mean, I grew up in church. I mean, Jeff, my dad is a minister in the church. You know, I grew up just always putting my faith in God and just knowing that in any situation I got him. So that's where a lot of my credit goes to. And then my family, that's my support system. I got a great support system. My mom, dad, my little brother, and just my whole family. Like they really believe in me. They believe in my cousin. They believe like anything that my family does, we're always supporting. So I think that support has taken me a long way too.
See, that's the chase advantage. The thing about Jeff Sims is that people aren't going to see him coming. They know he's strong. They know he's fast. But to find out his foundation is what's going to be a huge difference maker. And I'm telling you, this fan base is going to be excited about having you as the leader of this team. Now, I'll ask you, I'm going to say these two words to you. Tell me what comes to mind. Beat Minnesota. What comes to mind?
Beat Minnesota.
That's it. 2 words. Beat Minnesota.
Beat Minnesota.
That's the move. That is the move. The guys around you, and Big Ten is look. Nebraska, there was a time when Nebraska was running back you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you have Amon Green, you're talking about the GOAT. The dudes behind you. Talk to me about the dudes behind you. Who are we know Grant a little. We know Ramir, we know Irvin, but in your mind, describe those three runners that will line up behind you.
Yeah, them three are dangerous. You know, we got a little bit of everything. You know, Gabe the power back. You know, Ramir really the scat back, really the speedy guy, and Grant AG he can do it both. So like having those three guys is really elite for us because we can be a multi-dimensional offense and we can separate, like we can switch in the 3 running backs and we can really do whatever.
Yeah, that's what I call a defensive coordinator nightmare.
Yeah.
So DP talk about those 3 running backs, and so how the tradition was I back you way back when during my time. But obviously, coming in when you made the choice to come here, you knew when you hear everybody knows when you hear Nebraska, a certain picture runs through everybody's mind. Once you got here, what was different? What was the one thing you saw different when you got here? Because you knew coming here before then, what national titles back in the 90s, all that stuff. But when you got here, what was the picture that you then saw walking in that locker room?
That's a tough question.
It's a tough question. I'll give you a little simpler question. All right.
Okay.
This is something I faced my freshman year. So right after 2-a-days, Coach Sola sat me down, was my running back coach, asked me, do I want to wear this jersey? The jersey in front of me was number 30. The person before that, nobody worn that jersey since Michael Rozier was one of our Heisman Trophy winners. And of course, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Didn't want, it's like asking me if I was a bull to put on 23, Michael Jordan jersey. So I went home, went to my dorm room, called my older brother. We had a conversation. And he's like, "What? You sound a little nervous." I said, "Yeah, they asked me to wear this jersey, number 30." He's like, "Okay." So he's like, "I know who wore it before you." I said, "So what's the problem?" He said, "So what's the problem?" I said, "I don't know." He's like, "Create your own path.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what we already know what Michael Rozier did. So what's the path that you want to create here for yourself?"
Yeah.
Coming from GT.
So when I actually have an answer for the first question too.
Okay.
So when I first walked into the locker room, I just seen a lot of tradition, and I just thought about how back in the day, Nebraska was, Nebraska was the team to beat.
Correct.
So once I walked in that locker room, I was like, all right, my main mission is to be the year that gets Nebraska back on that path. So whatever we got to do in this offseason, do that. That's what we're gonna do. And I think Coach Rule, he has the same mindset, and that's something that he's been harping on. And he said, like, I noticed even last night, I was at dinner with a couple of players from the Nebraska team that's, been winning all the national championships. And it was just crazy to see how to this day they still brothers.
Yeah.
And like you could tell that team back in the day, they probably would do anything for each other.
Oh yeah.
And I say
that's true.
Once I seen that, I was like, all right, we need to get to that point to like where we're so tight, like nobody can break us. And like we have each other's back. So I think that's the biggest thing that's going to propel us forward, because we got the work ethic, we got the talent, we got everything. We just need to, the biggest thing for us is coming together as a team and being brothers. Like I want to be able to see guys from this team 30 years later and he still be my brother,
Exactly.
So that's been the biggest thing.
Okay.
Fan base. Fan base. What's the difference between Georgia Tech fan base and Nebraska fan base? Huh? We excited? What?
It's a wide gap between them two. The fan base in Nebraska is amazing. They're very supportive, and they just Nebraska, like they love everything Nebraska: volleyball, basketball, tennis. Like I seen a tennis match sold out. I was like, man, what is going on?
Right.
So that's been the biggest difference. Like just how much they love Nebraska, and no matter what, they're gonna love Nebraska. So that's that. I like the fan. I love the fan base.
You have a chance to do something special and to put us. When I say us, I think I speak for Amon, I speak for Jay, I speak for Terrell, Damon, all of us that played back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You have our full support.
Yeah,
100%. We are behind you. We are behind the football team, and if you need something, we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited for you guys to change the complexity and how people look at Nebraska football for the rest of this time. When my grandson, who's 7 months old, hopefully he'll be in your position one day in 18 years, and maybe you'll be in our position talking to him. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us. Yeah. I'm excited for the fans, and it's an honor to get to meet you, man. You're a leader, bro.
It's an honor to meet y'all. Y'all the ones that started it.
Well, in case you didn't know, you now got a bunch of uncles and cousins,
right?
I
was literally about to say that.
In case you hadn't, right?
I was literally about to say those exact words.
This is how we know.
I was just about to say those exact words.
Game recognizes game, and good recognizes good.
Yep.
And you can get behind when you understand that somebody has that.
Got you. Yes, sir.
Nebraska fans, Nebraska Nation, Husker Nation, you're fortunate. We're glad to have you. And now we're excited to watch what you're about to become. Yep. It's going to be glorious. We're going to let you get out of here because other people need to have access to you.
Yeah, I know.
But we'll keep you over here. Like, we're just hog him up, DP.
No, he'll come back. We're going to get him back
okay,
today.
Cool.
That's going to happen.
Cool.
But here's the thing. Husker Nation, I want you to understand something, and some will get this and some won't.
Yeah.
This young man came up here in a three-piece suit and tore it up. The three-piece is eaten.
Oh,
well done, kind sir.
Dang.
Well done.
Black on black.
That is Jeff Sims. That is the quarterback. That's the future. Kind sir, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.